First time I heard about Uzi was when there was Season 3 Worlds. He was pretty much carrying every game alone.
They focused on Uzi. He's still alive. He's still surviving. He stays alive.
Since then, I've followed him and I've tried to learn from him. For this tournament, it's been pretty clear that he's a step above everyone else.
Uzi dropping the ignite, able to find the initiation. Uzi with an expert dodge.
我觉得我跟他就是比较像是一个团队里面很核心的一个位置吧。
Unstoppable Xfinity gonna be stopped now by Rekkles' damage. Comelter also down, a double kill for the Fnatic AD carry.
The way they play around him is probably the best in the world in terms of AD carry being like the main guy in the team. Being that one-dimensional is not always going to work. This might actually be the series where they realize that they need to be able to play more than just one style. This is just the best opportunity we've pretty much ever had as this roster to prove that we can do other things than just play around me.
我有感觉到现在是我整体来说实力最强的一次吧，也是我们团队最强。我来到这里是为了拿到冠军。
Be tank versus tank, which is RNG's favorite.
And when I see the Gangplank ban in particular, champion that has fallen through picks and bans a couple of times this tournament, I wonder, does that mean they want to say, take a Shen side of an Ornn matchup or even prioritize
really
Shen?
Ornn
does very much struggle. The Ornn definitely makes sense anyway, but they basically guaranteed one great tank. If Ornn was taken, they could play Shen. They can just go for a blind Ornn and be very happy.
There's one pick I want to mention now, which is not a traditional split pusher like Camilla, and Camilla is Singed.
Okay.
It is a champion that Whippo in the past, not on the professional scene, has actually been kind of known for and played a lot. And it is something you can grab against some of these blind pick tanks if you want a champion that, again, is super hard to play against in the early to mid game.
Definitely one that was on a lot of people's lips. Played a lot in solo queue. Definitely rising up and can get you the sort of priority that's the same as invading the enemy jungle, because he proxies the wave, goes behind the turret, gets wards down, and can profit.
Well, we know that Let Me, of course, is a great Ornn player, and RNG's favorite playstyle is Let Me on a massive tank where he can engage. So by, again, removing the split pushers, they're hoping it's just tank versus tank, like Cho'Gath for Sion versus Ornn.
And if he's abandoned, he'll show up, he'll throw out an ult, he'll be relevant however many kills. They found 3 kills onto him in the early game of game number 2. It did not matter.
Tell you what, boys, these teams are looking awfully similar to what we saw in game number 2 so far. And there it is, the prediction from
Sure. Enough times to Fischio, it has to come true.
This dude is hot. He is on fire today, predicting the Aurelion Soul, now the Singed.
I want to give some credit to Papa Smithy as well, because we were sitting before the tournament started and thinking about potential surprise picks. And Singed was one of them, simply because he is so good against a lot of these tanks that gets locked in.
And the Whispers, it could actually be worse here in this game.
1 pick left for the LPL representatives. They know they're up against Braum and Ezreal in the bottom lane. They know they've got the Caitlyn yet again. What do they complement it with? And it looks like, once again, the saving power of the Tahm Kench is the call.
Yeah, I don't think they care too much about using the Devour here to stop a single ability. It's more the Tahm Kench ulti that is huge, because we know Fnatic are playing, you know, multiple lanes. They're flying around the map, and Tahm Kench ult was used very well by Ming beforehand to try and match these aggressive plays.
Small fun interaction. We don't often see Singed too much in team fights. I think this will be a pressure game. It won't be about the 5v5. If the Devour comes onto a target and you fling back the Tahm Kench, you get 2-for-1 special. So that's going to be one to track as the team fights do start.
This could be a very interesting game indeed, with that Singed pick coming out. Also getting to see MLXG show up. We've already talked about how he can be very aggressive and very unpredictable. But that could also be a win condition for Fnatic. If you can predict the unpredictable and shut him down in the early game, maybe that's how you get a big enough lead to win.
Yeah, the last 2 games we have highlighted how RNG's late game team fight is basically unstoppable if you look at the compositions. So it's made it very hard for Fnatic if they ever got to the late game 5-on-5s. I think the current draft, while it is still late game, that is fantastic for RNG, it is easier, air quotes, easier to deal with for Fnatic.
The 70-30 of game 1 and 2 has been reined in. 55-60 still for RNG, but not night and day like we saw with those earlier games.
Down here and ready to go. Wants to come around from behind. Here it is. Ming trying to go forward onto the flash. We'll see what they can do with this one. Rekkles gonna be taken low, taken down. First blood over the side of RNG. It'll surely be a trade as MLXG is running the wrong way. Damage not quite finding its way onto him. We'll see who they give this one over to. It's Caps.
So this is the most classic MLXG play ever.
Yeah.
He recalls topside, does not even care about any of his camps on the bot side jungle, just rushes straight down the river and ganks a lane that is getting pushed in. Fnatic, that was not the plan. They were waiting for the tower dive.
And for this play, remember, Skarner ulti could be huge, but it's not available. Ming gonna be the target here first and foremost. Stun comes out, damage comes down, Caps comes through and grabs the money. As now Let Me shows up a little bit too little, maybe a little bit too late.
Nice.
A fantastic block from Hylissang means the second part of the ult's going nowhere fast. And Fnatic get out.
What a clean tower dive from Fnatic here. They know Hylissang needs to tank the turret as he can just step out down towards the bottom side and he won't be at risk of dying. So they secure the kill onto Ming. And Let Me's TP here was way too aggressive.
That's gonna have to match MLXG.
All right, MLXG decides to pop the ulti, gets the flash away, but that'll be all.
And I feel like the turret dive execution does answer a kind of tertiary question we had compared to like the early win conditions we decided for actually defeating RNG, and that's, okay, Fnatic, you have been prone to looking down. The question of tilt is always raised. 2 games down in the chamber, how do you do on this aggressive execution that you need to make work with the sort of drops you're playing? The answer is very nice.
Yeah, one of the very big stories around Fnatic, actually we might have to delay that because Xiaohu is topside.
Here we go again. Just singed things, knocked up into the air. Lot of chain CC this time around, no escape.
But every time this happens, look at the minimap. A huge change for this team was getting Youngbuck as the team director, because what he actually managed to do was he introduced a culture where you don't blame each other. You don't blame each other. Mid lane Caps is getting attacked.
Caps gets himself away. Flash from MLXG, but the flash after from Broxham means he's out of there. Fnatic come out on top.
And the timing on the Ragnarok as well was used to try to turret dive Rekkles in the bot side. The first 15 minutes was seeing RNG control pace of the game. And speaking of controlling pace,
Whippo again, caught out a bit here, tries to run himself away. Remember, he has the Boots of Alacrity for bonus slow resistance, but he's not that resistant to damage. Does go down for the 3rd time.
Still very squishy, and the moment the ult is used defensively by Caps, then Fnatic.
Ming and Uzi have to retreat from this one. Caps and Brox are showing up. MLXG looking to come in from behind. Tom Kench ulti goes through, still looking to make the plays. Caps over the wall, going to be chased down by MLXG. And he's the first one to fall. Rise ulti comes through, able to find a little bit more damage. Ming now spitting Hylissang back out, popping the shield on his own thick skin. The CC onto Hylissang is incredible, but not incredible enough. He'll still walk himself away. It's 1-0 RNG, but now Uzi goes too far forward. He's gonna be punished. Ming goes down too. Awesome turnaround from Fnatic, but MLXG is still here. Xiaohu is still here, but they won't find anything else.
execution from Ming there was very off. Wasn't expecting to re-engage out of positioning when the flash couldn't get the devour. We're still fighting though. This is another one of these long extended fights.
Coming down now onto Ming. Predator has been used by MLXG as he wants to go a little bit further forward onto this one. Loses about half his health. Ming gonna be the target. They know he can save anyone else. Rekkles also gonna be here providing firepower. Ming still barely gonna be kept alive. Caps grabs the damage onto him. Xiaohu now. Whippo going in. Flash into fling and Uzi's gone.
Fnatic were looking for a fight, and RNG thought they could take it because Let Me was walking down from top lane. He didn't have his TP, it was used before and cancelled. Whippo had his, so the moment Fnatic realized, wait a minute, this is a 5 versus 4, they just turn and kill him.
Say whatever you want about Singe teleports if he's the only one coming in. Turbo Singe did the work, got the flip. And Fnatic now will at least take bot lane turret off the bat.
Awesome fight.
Could also ult in, but Baron's alive, so that would be risky.
Whippo buying time as Singed wants to do. Runs into MLXG here.
Nice.
CC locked down, no way out.
The problem solving there by the side of RNG. No real way for him to go in. It didn't have his flash out. Nice pincer. That's what you want to see.
Simply just pins him down. The grounded effect, of course, against Xiaohu.
But he's the one who now finds himself potentially caught out. Fracture comes through, gonna be able to find the stun on that one, grounded up.
Who's chasing who?
Bringing everybody into the picture here. Xiaohu getting a lot of damage down to Whippo, but he should still be brought down here. Caps will be given the money for that.
So they're gonna trade that for the top lane turret. RNG already there with MLXG and Let Me to take it down, but both teams seem to favor just killing whoever.
Little extra move speed to avoid the shove. RNG thinking about maybe needing to collapse there, popping the Predator on the Olaf, but now bottom side it's Whippo using the ultimate, trying to escape from Xiaohu, who flashes forward to land the Rune Prison. TP now going to be used. Whippo trying to escape. It's going to be a split fight at the start. They've already lost the top laner for Fnatic. as Rekkles is caught behind enemy lines. A little more damage to finish him off. On the front line goes Xiao, who's still surviving for now. But Tom Kench counters Skarner as they're still able to find more damage. Hits RNG with a 3 for 0 as Hylissang and Broxa have to run away.
Oh, Fnatic lose so many kills here. RNG, they see that Singe in the bot lane. They know he's squishy and they attack him. Again, Whippo dies, and RNG, they know. TP and take the fight, win it. They're looking towards the Baron. Fnatic, that early goal lead, it means nothing now.
Seen the Singe getting assistance from his team, but just as Hylissang walked up and it looked like Singe had flashed to safety, they realized they were caught between a rock and a hard place. There's no way out. Rekkles went down early. Now the Baron has started at very low for RNG.
And that save from Ming at the end is exactly why this champion with a QSS is so good again. Ball does survive for now. Staying here with the rest of the team. Whippo pops the ultimate on Singed. MLXG wanting to go in here, throws down the Chilling Smite. Ornn ulti coming through as well, finds its way onto Rekkles. That's a big pick for RNG. Xiaohu takes the kill, and the push continues down the mid lane.
That's a strike they needed. Very nice execution from our
Fight instead.
Uzi on the flank. It's not normally the 80 carry you see flanking, but when you got the rest of the team right there, why not? Hylissang trying to back himself away. Broxa looking to go for a pull, can't quite find it. 2 already dead. Rekkles looking to run away. The Ornn ulti comes through. Rekkles still able to sidestep that one. MLXG survives, but RNG have found themselves 2.
And 2 picks already. The minion wave coming in. Rekkles!
Oh, make it 3. Rekkles has no way away from Uzi here.
This is all with Singe still in the sideway. He's gonna have to recall. This game could just end.
Caps wants to go after Uzi, but instead he gets caught out, beaten down as well. RNG, 4 dead opponents. They push into the base. They've got themselves already onto inhibitor turret number 1.
And we said this before here, RNG, they're so good at playing
Down like this, it makes it nigh impossible for Fnatic to contest. They need a godly smite from Broxa to try to go in and save this one, but instead he's caught out by a beautiful prediction.
Beautiful stuff there. That is the sort of play you like to see. Ornn's skill expression, not always there. Predicts the flash, catches them out. Now there's no smite. Now it's Baron RNG.
A flash predicted is a Baron earned, and now RNG, 7,000 gold up yet again. They've got everybody alive. Enemy jungler dead for 30 seconds, pushing down the top side. Hylissang caught out in his own jungle, surely going to fall here. Ace in the hole comes through to seal the deal. Uzi goes on a rampage, and the party seismic shoving him in. Not really a very important target. Caps now being chased down. There comes your Ornn horn as Caps gets bursted, barely getting himself away. The damage coming through. The Guardian Angel on MLXG. Rekkles finds a shutdown onto Xiaohu. He's able to grab it on MLXG as well. Brox is still looking to find some more damage. Uzi taking very low. Triple kill over onto Rekkles.
He's gonna look
Big
for more here.
trying to get away from this one. Surely there's no way out. A Quadra for Fnatic's AD carry. Let me as the last man standing. They want to just provide time for Rekkles to walk over here and take him down. Let me wanting to get away, but that should not happen. Broxa wants to provide the CC. Kill for Rekkles.
What a story. We had 2 quadras. One goes the way of Rekkles. One goes the way of Caps. This one, the 3rd one of the tournament for them. They leave it on the silver.
They all jump in. The turrets are there, dealing a ton of damage to MLXG and the rest of the team. And Caps, while he takes so much damage, he stays alive, and Xiaohu is suddenly knocked back, and he's gonna be taken down.
Uzi's under turret here again. Both minion waves pushed out, so nothing's around to create any more threat in the base. But Fnatic are able to clean up, and that's why we get that extended pentakill.
That is the first pentakill of all of MSI 2018. Rekkles, like you already said, got a quadra kill earlier. Caps got a quadra kill earlier, but this is the first one that goes all the way with this last shot. Beautifully done by Fnatic. The pursuit any further, Whippo still wasting time.
He's still running right now. Fnatic has used 2 flashes. MLXG wants to kill. That was a very big play from RNG's side. Look at Rekkles, look at Caps. They instantly flashed away when they saw the engage. They could not chase the rest of RNG down.
And it was worth chasing because the death timer is 60 seconds.
Balls, and RNG's got nothing but Nexus left to look at.
It's so hard for Fnatic to start the fight. They're very split up in how to try and engage. Braumel came in from Hylissang, but no one tried to follow up because he didn't hit the correct targets. And now the minion's coming there. Trying now.
Ornn ultimate comes through. This is going to be the fight. Let me able to find the control onto Caps. He's gone! And Fnatic will surely not be able to find the fight now. Skarner pull not going to be used effectively yet again. Xiaohu taken low. Fnatic still has 4 members of their roster alive, but RNG with 5 will still look to end the game. Xiaohu putting the damage on the Nexus turrets. They're still able to look for more into the fight as they proc the GA onto MLXG. He's going to look to be taken down here, but instead the damage comes through. Fnatic's members will fall, and RNG will win the fight. Rekkles, critically still alive, trying to make a last-minute stand. Ming is taken low, Letme's taken low, MLXG hammering down on an Nexus, but that is game, and RNG will move on to the finals.
3-0 against Fnatic. They fell behind in the early games, but they always showed us why they are so good at fighting. Skirmishes, team fight, they can take all of them, and they keep beating Fnatic. This was one of the closest 3-0 series we have had, but RNG always showed us why they can win in the late game.
And even when they had that moment that you looked at as, wow, that could have been the throw, they came back, and like we said, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure every single thing is taken care of from that point. They recognized the issue and immediately corrected.
To me, the most beautiful story, the thing I take away from this series, which does, of course, end Fnatic's spring season in many ways, is when you looked at their games in EU, they looked at the enemy teams and said, we can outscale, we don't have to pick the lane, we'll be the ones that always win that late game team fight. They finally, in their prep for RNG, sat down and said, okay, we're bested in the late game.